Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me for your yoga practice today. When you're ready, let's come down to lying down. And let's give ourselves this moment just to surrender the whole body to the earth. Sensing how we're feeling today, how the back's feeling, our energy levels, and deciding whether the best position for your Shavasana today is to have the legs extended all the way out in front. If that's the case, we want to release through the feet, through the legs. So allow the feet to be slightly wider than hip width apart. Just sinking the little toes out to the sides. Or maybe taking a bend in the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the floor. Observing how the lower back feels, the middle and the upper spine. Soften and release the shoulder blades into the earth, encouraging the chest to open. Arms alongside the body, palms facing upwards or downwards, and take a bend in the elbows. Just cradle the lower abdomen with the hands, and if it feels okay today, close the eyes. Bringing awareness to the whereabouts of your breath. Sensing where you can feel the breath today, maybe in the belly, up around the chest, or because there's so much going on it doesn't even feel like we're breathing. Maybe it's up. The breath seems to be stuck up around the neck, the collarbone, the ears. Just observe. I want to try and deepen the breath so we start to activate that parasympathetic nervous system in the body. And just help us feel more relaxed, a little bit more at peace. Next time you inhale, let's see if we can inhale to 3 counts on the way in. And as we exhale to 3 counts on the way out, just allowing yourself to do that a couple more times. Give yourself permission just to get that right today. It may be that we can only inhale, exhale to 2 counts, that's fine. Just give yourself this moment, this time. Knees are bent. Let's start to straighten out the legs. We're going to take a nice full body stretch. We're going to raise the arms up overhead and breathe into that stretch all the way from our fingers down through the arms, sides of the body, legs, feet and toes. Just enjoying how that feels, creating space along each side of the body, across the lower back, the belly and also the chest. Maybe just paddling through the legs a little bit, that always feels nice, through the lower back. Just pushing each sole of the foot away. Feeling that through the hips and the lower back. Take a moment here just to rest the legs. We're going to come into a side bend. We're going to start to walk the arms, legs, all the way round towards the left. Starting to feel that super stretch down the right side. This might be enough for you. Maybe you want to take it a little stage further. If you do, cross that right leg over the left. Feeling how that stretches through the hips, the lower back into the belly. Don't forget to breathe. Uncross the right leg, slowly, carefully walk the arms and the legs back to centre. And you've guessed it, let's walk the arms and legs round towards the right. Maybe this is enough, or you want to take a deeper stretch down the left side, cross that left leg over the right. Don't forget okay to breathe into this stretch. Maybe one side feels a little tighter than the other here today. Just observe. Give yourself time, give the body time to start to stretch. Let's uncross the left leg, slowly, carefully walk the arms and hands back to center. Give the spine a moment to return to its neutral position. Observing the breath, observing the body. We're going to release the arms carefully, slowly. And then in your own time, you're going to start to think about taking a bend in the knees. We're going to draw the knees up over the chest. Let's hug the knees in for a moment. Interlace the fingers, the hands around the knees, around the shins. And just enjoy that feeling, that stretch through the lumbar spine. Squeeze into the belly and the front of the hips as you gently rock from side to side. Let's bring the knees back to center. Release the right hand and then take the palm of the left hand onto the left knee. We're going to keep the left side nice and steady. And we're going to start to circle through the right thigh, right knee. So we're trying to keep the hips nice and steady here as we start to open through the right side of the body. And it may be that you can release the hand from the left knee if you feel confident that you can keep the left leg nice and straight. If you just prefer to keep the hand there, then please do so. Circling through the right side. Let's change direction. And bring the right knee back to meet the left. Let's swap arms and hands over. Take the right hand onto the right knee. Release the left arm. This time keeping the right side nice and steady. Let's start to circle through the left thigh, left knee. Taking care not to rush. Seeing if you can keep the right side as steady as the first side, the left side that you did a moment ago. Release the neck, release the jaw. And then let's change direction of the circle. Enjoying how that's feeling through the hips, the thighs, into the core abdominal muscles, into the pelvic floor. And then when you're ready, bring the left knee back to meet the right. We're going to hug the knees in, gently rock from side to side.
Soulmate is connected.
Bring the knees back to center. Raise your right arm up. Keep that right arm elevated as you roll all the way over onto your right side. Use that arm to just rest the head. Take a moment here. Allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale and a little fuller exhale. Start to bring awareness and attention into your left fingers, your left hand. When you're ready, you're going to push down into that hand. Use that hand to steady yourself as you slowly, carefully come all the way up. So I'd like you to reach for a blanket. We're going to come
Soulmate is connected.
into our all fours position. We're going to come into some cat-cow curls and then into a nice rotation on all fours. So we're padding for the knees. We're going to look after wrists, hands and fingers as we do in our class. Fingers spread apart. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders and start to push down through the hands as you start to separate the shoulders away from the ears. Sensing that length through the spine all the way up through the crown of the head and the tailbone towards the back of the room. Our cat-cow curls. As we inhale, let's drop the belly, lift the sternum, our gaze forward. As we exhale, push into the earth. Enjoy your cat-cow, look down towards the mat. Continue. Just be mindful that you're breathing. If If you lose the thread of the breath, don't worry, just keep breathing. And check that those pesky shoulders don't start to creep up around the ears. And really sense how this pose is creating space around the spine, the muscles, tissues, ligaments surrounding the spine, the sides of the body, stretching across the chest and the upper back. And then when you're ready, let's come back into our neutral spine. Adjusting hands and fingers as you need to, make sure the knees feel comfortable. Still pushing the earth away, still finding that space between the ears and the shoulders. Let's take our left hand on to the left side of our head. As we inhale, we're going to start to circle round towards the left. As we exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, come back to centre. Come back to centre, release the left hand. Let's swap the arms and hands right over. Take a bend in the right elbow, right hand onto the right side of the head. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, come back to centre. Opening up through each side of the body. Bringing the benefits of a rotation. Just give yourself a moment. Just allow the wrists, the sides of the body, just to recover from the last pose in our child's pose here. And let's inhale here as we exhale, allowing the spine just to uncurl, coming all the way up. We're going to get ready to come into our downward facing dog. So remove the blankets from your mat. Remove socks unless you've got your special yoga sticky socks on, and let's come back into our tabletop position. Remember to look after hands and wrists. Fingers, spread the fingers, push the earth away. Look down at the knees, make sure the knees are hip width apart. Draw the navel in towards the spine, tuck the toes under when you're ready. Let's push up and back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here, just sense how this pose feels in the body today. It might suit you to have the knees bent. If you're going to do that, let's walk the heels down towards the earth, or maybe you prefer just to take a static downward facing dog, seeing if you can just lengthen through the back of the legs. Do whatever feels good for you and your body today. When you've got a moment, come into static downward facing dog, bend the knees, keep the knees bent. As you start to walk the feet towards the handle, hands towards the feet. Taking a moment here in our lovely forward fold, Uttanasana, maybe taking the hands onto the shins, the tops of the feet or the sides of the feet. Or maybe you prefer to take a box shape with the hands to the inner elbows. If you do that, you can gently sway from side to side. Trying to just release through the neck totally, the crown of the head towards the earth, bringing the chest towards the thighs. We're rocking from side to side. Let's release the hands from the inner elbows. Take the hands back onto the shins, the feet, all the sides of the mat. Slowly, carefully, we're going to bend the knees. Let's start to stack everything up. Fingers, hands and arms are heavy. Sensing that space that you're creating in the upper back. Really using that core strength to help you make that transition all the way back up to standing. Come to face me. We're going to come into a flow from our Tadasana. Just checking in with our balance today. So let's find our mountain pose, our Tadasana. Feet are directly underneath the hips. And sense that connection to the earth of the four corners of the feet. Sense that Pada Bandha energy drawing up from the earth. The legs are nice and active, kneecaps lifted, thighs are firm. Pelvis neutral, spine lengthening all the way up through the crown of the head. Soften and release the shoulders. On our next inhale, let's see if we can come onto tiptoes as you take the arms up to shoulder height. And find something that you can concentrate on today, your drishti point. So maybe a spot on the floor in front of you, maybe on the wall in front of you. That's just going to help you stay balanced and focused. Remember to breathe. Doesn't matter if you wobble. A little wobble's good. Relying on all the bones, the muscles, the tissues, the ligaments in the feet and the legs to help us in this pose. Using the arms to keep us balanced. Using the breath just to keep us focused and calm. And next time we exhale, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to remain on tiptoes and see if we can start to bend the knees. So really draw the navel into the spine here as we start to take our squat. This might be enough for you today. If it is, just stay here, keep breathing, keep smiling. It might be possible for you to come down a little bit further. Again, relax and release the shoulders. Breathing down into the belly if you can. If you can stay on tiptoes, that'd be really good. But don't worry if you come onto the flat feet. And if you've managed to get all the way down, then yes, we've got to come up a little bit further. So when you're ready, inhale here. Start to straighten up through the legs, come all the way up. As you exhale, release arms and hands. Come back onto flat feet. From this position, let's come into Virabhadrasana, 2 legs. So a nice wide stance. Make sure you don't feel unbalanced here. If you do, bring the stance slightly shorter. You want to turn the toes on the right foot out, turn the toes on the left foot in, and then take a bend through that right knee. Take a moment to ensure that we're looking after the safety of this knee joint. It's directly above the ankle, and we can see the big toe. And then push down into the outer edge of that left foot. So you've got nice strong legs. And then without losing the integrity of that knee, guide your hips and your ribs back towards me. Raise up the arms for a moment, release the shoulders, and then we're going to take a bend in the right elbow. We're going to lean over, we're going to take the right elbow to the right thigh, right knee, and with our left hand, place our left hand on our rib cage. We're going to draw the shoulder back as we hold onto the rib cage. What we're doing here is trying to keep the chest nice and open. We're going to inhale, start to straighten out through that right arm, straighten the right leg. And as we exhale, use the full length of the breath to bring that right elbow back to right knee, right thigh. Slowly, carefully. Really working all the muscles in the front and the back body, feeling that through the hips. Feeling that through the glutes, hamstrings, quads, shoulders. And I'll be fairly sure that if this hand wasn't here supporting the rib cage, we would have come forward slightly. So we're really working those intercostal muscles around the ribs, just to keep us nice and steady and stable in this pose. Let's make this our last one. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Let's release the arms, come all the way up slowly. Let's swap the legs and the feet round, so right toes in, left foot out. And just as we did on our first side, find our Virabhadrasana, 2 legs through the left side. Looking after the knee joints directly above the ankle, we can see the big toe, pushing down into the outer right foot. Nice strong legs. Turn your hips and your ribs towards me, keeping that left knee there. Raise up the arms, release the shoulders. Take a bend in the left elbow. Lean over, place that left elbow towards the left thigh, left knee. And with your right hand, place that right hand on the right rib cage. Taking it there as we draw the right shoulder blade down. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, left arm. Exhale, using the full length of the breath. our last one. Release arms and hands. Come all the way up. Turn the toes towards me and then find a comfortable wide stance as if we're going to come into goddess pose or horse pose. The toes are out towards the top two corners of the mat, the heels are drawing in. And again, you feel comfortable and stable in this pose. I'm going to come into skater pose. Let's take a bend through the right knee. Take the arms and hands over towards the right. And then when you're ready, swap sides round towards the left. Give yourself a moment here to check how this feels in the hips, the legs, the arms, the torso. Let's bring breath. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping the hips at this height. This is our last one. Come back to center, just rest the forearms in front of the thighs, press into the feet. Slowly, carefully. Come all the way up. Take the hands onto the hips. Toes towards me. Let's heel toe back to center. With the feet hip width apart, bend your knees. Draw your lovely hip circles. Change direction when you're ready. Come back to center, straighten the legs. Release arms and hands. Find some warm socks, a jumper for you to come into your final Shavasana. Slide all the way down. In a moment to relax the whole body to the earth. Arranging arms and legs, feet and hands comfortably. And as you arrange the body comfortably, the breath flows naturally. Just giving and allowing the mind this opportunity to settle. Integration of our practice here today, mind, body, and spirit. And as you lie on your back, just let the breath flow in and out. Then just listen to that wish, that very strong wish that the body has for deep breath. The bones also wish for deep breath. So in Shavasana, everything is going to rest. Your brain, your lungs, the heart, all the internal organs. The muscles are going to rest. The bones are going to rest. The eyes are going to rest. Let's slide down towards the base of the skull. The skin is going to rest. Everything is going to